Hello, hello. I saw that nobody did any week one recapping, so I'm gonna recap the week one matches here. And I know what you're thinking, Dylan. Didn't you do this whole podcast thing last time around with Carter, and you guys right at the playoffs stopped doing it for for various reasons, including work travel and general laziness. Isn't that just going to happen again when you burn out on the season? Yeah, probably. But since no one did it, I'm gonna do it till I don't want to anymore. So let's do the week one recaps. Just general stuff to know. This is VGC Regulation G, just for posterity. So everyone drafted a restricted Pokemon that because you're allowed one in Regulation G. Like as you can see in this first match, I have Mewtwo. Master Koga has Lunala. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get right into it. This was the I pulled these in the first. I pulled these in the order that they were submitted in the Discord. So I didn't do my match first because I'm narcissistic. It's because Koga and I were the first match to play that week, and because I'm narcissistic. One thing to know going forward in the rest of the season is that Mewtwo's avatar or his sprite is way off to the right for some reason. Like as you can see, you've got his level right here, and then it just thinks his tail is the main part of the body. So you'll see some of the animations will look like they miss Mewtwo, but he still takes damage, and that's just because they're targeting his tail, like it's Monster Hunter or something. Um, but yeah, so Snom Hellscream versus Master Koga's Peachy Persians. Uh, as you can see, he's got some real hard hitters. Uh, kind of a slow team, so you expect either a Trick Room or a Sneaky Tailwind. And what's cool about his setup is Lunala has both Tailwind and Trick Room, and then he also has Farigiraf for Trick Room or Skarmory for Tailwind. So you can't truly just looking at this know who's doing what, but you know that this Fungus is going to be Rage Powder misdirecting to help with that, or you could have the very classic Iron Hands faking out, doing all kinds of mischief. And then for my side, I've got Fluttermane or Shifu as my those are my first two picks. They're pretty strong. This is Urshifu Dark, and then I've got sort of pretty much the standard Ogre Pond set with uh, Follow Me, Ivy Cudgel, and then either knock off or protect or Spaggy Shield rather. Um, Vileplume spread sleep powder and whatnot. Anyway, let's get into it. I've been putting this off too long. So yeah, leads are Ogerpon or Shifu for follow me, hit something big, and then Fungus for Farigiraf. So it's pretty obvious that he's going to try and set Trick Room here. I'm reasonably sure that he's going to Terra Fairy here, but I think I still Wicked Blow anyway because I'm also reasonably sure he's going to Rage Powder, and I don't have safety glasses on this. I have a Covert Cloak for. Honestly, I'm not sure why. I'm probably afraid of Fake Out Iron Hands. Um, and yeah, let's see how the first turn plays out. Terra Fairy, as expected. Rage Powder, as expected. And yet, yeah, so I knock off the men. I knock off. I get that scouting in. But he definitely gets the win on that turn. So I Terra Fire to avoid getting Dazzling Gleam to death here. Um, the Follow Me proves useful for absorbing the Spore. So I'm able to turn it around on this turn, but I'm still under Trick Room with a fast team. So I'm not necessarily in a great position. Here comes the Lunala. The Farigiraf not doing much damage there, but unfortunately, this meteor beam. I probably should have protected on my guy that turn, but it still wouldn't really matter because he's gonna get killed by whatever comes out of the Lunala next. That high horsepower doing way less than I hoped. That seems to be a somewhat defensive Lunala. Not that Golem's much of a heavy hitter on attack, but he's not a slouch either. So yeah, Golem was supposed to be my anti-trick room tech, and he sort of just died instantly. Um, and now he's not there to deal with this Camerupt. So yeah, double protect to ride out the trick room. So this next turn, it's pretty tough to sort of read what the best thing to do here is because we don't know what the fourth if the fourth move is protect on this. We can we can probably assume that this guy can protect, although it's not clear yet if he's choiced because I double protected, so we don't so yeah, so we're not entirely sure if it's choiced. So do I double attack into this guy to just try and take him out before the trick room gets set up? Do I double attack into this guy to try and stop the trick room altogether, or do I kind of split the difference and set up for the next turn with knowledge of who has protect and who doesn't? So let's see what I go with. So yeah, that shadow ball doing not a lot. um, Trick room gets set up, so it does look like I split the difference there, and ended up in a much worse position as a result. I probably should have double attacked into the Farigiraf, but if he had protected and then this guy erupted, I would have been cooked. So it was just kind of predicting what it was that he was going to do that turn, and I picked the safe option, and it turned out not to be very safe at all. So game one goes to the Peachy Persian. I will try and pick up this pace a little bit. Sorry. Uh, let's get to the game. Let's get to game two. So different leads this time. We've got double grass lead. Just really don't want to get screwed up by the Fungus again, but it doesn't lead the Fungus. Instead, pulls out the Iron Hands. So let's see how this plays out. Fakes out the Ogre Pawn, which I think did follow me anyway, so it worked. Sleep Powder goes out onto that. Just for the record, yeah, because my Urshifu's my cloaker, not my Vileplume. Um, he could have faked out. Yeah, actually, he could have faked out the Vileplume before the Follow Me went off, huh? And then that would have been I would have been in deep crap. I would have used a Follow Me, and he would have set up Trick Room. So yeah, get kind of lucky on that one. But yeah, the Sleep Powder goes off. It's got wide lens, so it's more likely to go off. Start strength sapping that, even though it's a special attacker. Um, so if yeah, so he probably should have clicked Eruption here, but understandably worried about getting hit first. But yeah, so Vileplume gets away with another one. Um, yeah, see that it looks like that flamethrower is gonna miss Mewtwo, but it hits his tail for a shitload of damage. Um, and I know it isn't choiced because it protected in the first game, uh, but it still did a lot of damage. So it's like you're figuring it's either charcoal or like wise glasses or something like that. Um, get another sleep powder off. This time on Big Lunala. Uh, so a lot of his guys really weak here. I still have both my guys in the back at full health. And Vileplume in good health. He does get the turn one wake up. I should say it's not technically a turn one wake up because the first turn counted down like after he got sleep powder. This is a very slow Lunala, so my no speed investment Vileplume was able to still outspeed it because he wants it to be very slow in Trick Room. Uh, So he did burn that first sleep turn on the turn he slept, so that's technically a turn 2 wake up, which is normal. But Mewtwo's faster, takes it down. Yeah, and this thing was on borrowed time anyway. So here comes in the scary Camerupt, but he's not going to be able to get the powerful eruption off. Mewtwo has an absurd amount of special attack and takes it down in one shot. So now we get to have a fun game 3. So let's see the leads. This time it's Mewtwo, Urshifu, Lunala, Iron Hands. So we have not had neither trainer used the same lead twice. Um, that Terra Fairy big, we didn't know what Lunala's Terra was until this time. So that Wicked Blow doesn't kill him. This Meteor Beam misses. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big miss. Not gonna deny, I got a little lucky there, but I've got my Poison Jab to do some more damage, Terra Fire to not die to Dazzling Gleam, and Heavy Slams into Protect on Mewtwo. Um, so yeah, getting the first few turns right, but First Blood does go to Koga. Um, but now we've got two fast guys against two guys on Death's Door, and they have gone through the Death's Door. So now we have Farigiraf and Camerupt, and the Farigiraf is hoping to get the Trick Room set up, but but this time I do double attack into it, and it goes down. Um, Mewtwo's killed, but it's too late. This eruption, there's no chance of this eruption going off without him taking some damage. So he goes for the flamethrower instead. Kind of smart. Avoids getting the. But unfortunately, I remember that he's part ground type and Ivy Cudgel him, and that's it. So great first match. Got to game 3, close game. Um, yeah, Koga's looking forward to the rest of Koga's games, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right. So this one we have the Venerable Vault Vaporizers with Aardvark 826 versus Jackson's Jacked Sons, JD Peven. Um, Jackson's Jacked Sons had a bit of a rough time last season, but he's back with that's a water Urshifu. Don't let the sprite fool you. A water Urshifu, really bulky team here with the Zamazenta, the Amoonguss, the Cresselia. These are all very bulky guys, and then you got the Scizor, Delphox, or Shifu offense. Um, Meanwhile, on this side, we've got the Zacian. I believe these are both crowned, by the way. Those are separate for the sake. Those are separate from the base forms for the sake of restricted usage. So yeah, I think these guys are only allowed to use the crown. But yeah, so here we have this kind of beefy offense team with Zacian, Annihilate, Brute Bonnet. Walking Wake's really strong, and then you've got Moltres, who I really liked in the Low Tier Heroes season last season. Uh, he's got Flame Body, he's got all kinds of support moves with Tailwind and Will-O-Wisp, and I mean that's about it. But still, he's got really good stats. He's strong. Like the rock weakness kind of sucks, but but there's ways around it. Then you've got this Prankster Grafia, which I'm excited to see what he does with that. So yeah, new team to the league here, Venerable Vault Vaporizers. Aardvark's been in seasons past, but wasn't in the previous season, so I can still call him a newcomer. Anyway, let's get into the game. Uh, so we've got Annihilate Moltres, v Amoonguss or Shifu. So here's the thing about Water Urshifu. So because of his surging strikes hitting 3 times or a multitude of times, um, if this Moltres can survive more than one hit, which like it'll die, but it'll take like 2 or 3 hits to kill it, depending on how much HP and defensive investment. That gives multiple chances to activate the Flame Body and burn the Urshifu, effectively taking it out of the game. So even though initially this looks pretty strong, and it looks like with the Rage Powder that the Urshifu is pretty much guaranteed to get a hit off here. So while it looks like Jackson's in a good position, uh, that flame body adds a big question mark to that. So let's see how this plays out if that is indeed what happens. U-turns on the Annihilate. That's kind of smart. Pulls that out because you know the Rage Powder is going to be coming next turn. Does Surging Strikes into the Moltres. Gets a Citrus Berry to give him another chance to burn, and it does pop off. That Citrus Berry, knowing that the Surging Strikes is coming, that Citrus Berry was a really smart uh, pick by Aardvark there. That's all. That was an awesome turn one. You know the Rage Powder's coming, so you turn into the Grass type. Um, then Terra it out of Grass, but let's see how that's going. Now he does the Rage Powder. Ah, that's what he's doing. Sweet. Man, Surging Strike's still doing a lot. That auto crit really helping out. But then he gets Air Slash to the moon. And the Pollen Puff gets absorbed by the Rage Powder as well. Just a really strong opening there from Aardvark. Delphox takes out the... Oh! Sorry, a lot just happened there. Holy cow. The Delphox does take down the Moltres finally. But but gets taken out by the crunch from this guy, and then it's like, haha, you made it not. I was questioning tearing it out of a grass type, especially because you know the spore is coming. But he has safety goggles. Safety goggles on a grass type is like that is so freaking huge brained. Because you know you're gonna tear him, but you still don't want to deal with that freaking Amoonguss. I like his strategy of just like basically ignoring the Amoonguss in this matchup. So now the dogs are out. Let's you get your special defense guy here, your special offense guy here. Um, Rage powders, sacred swords for a lot. Iron defense, that's not going to save you from the next sacred sword, unfortunately. They both rage powder. Sacred sword in the Amoonguss. Now that only does 31. The heavy slam, okay. We can see the crawl back happening from this Zamazenta. Doesn't rage powder? Wait. Oh, I like that. Taking out the Amoonguss once and for all. There you go. I was thinking the Zamazenta might be able to crawl its way back and body press its way to victory, but when you have that Terra Ghost guy there, it makes it quite tough. So yeah, good game one from Aardvark. Let's see how game two goes. So we've got the same Moltres Annihilate bleed this time. Scizor Delphox, you gotta. Oh, nice. The Terra Rock eats the U-turn. Able to one-shot the Moltres. A nice little. Oh, bad switch there. Bad switch there. Gets U-turned by the technician. Scizor possibly banded. Probably not. Gotta feel like if it was banded, that would have killed. Um, yeah, but it dealt a crap ton to this Brute Bonnet because it's quad weak. And Moltres went down. Delphox only took like 32. That was a really good rebuttal from Jackson's Jacked Sons. Now let's see if he follows through with the likely surging strikes coming here. Aqua Jets. Not sure. Oh, okay. So the final Gambit takes out the Urshifu. You got to feel like that's something that Aardvark is calced. That you know that final Gambit's going to take out that Urshifu because the Urshifu is pretty much the biggest threat on this team, other than of course the Zamazenta. But now you're down to just your Zacian, and he's got three guys. So Behemoth Blade one shots the Amoonguss. Wow. But then yeah, it goes down to Fire Blast. So yeah, really strong opening there from Jackson, but you got to be careful because like that turn happened because he didn't know the Terra Rock was coming, and now he knows it's there. So let's see how they play out game three. So yeah, the Vault Vaporizers send out. Okay, so this time we've got Walking Wake and Brute Bonnet. So not doing the Moltres opener this time because you expect the Delphox coming back. Now you've got Cresselia here. You got to think it's going to set up Trick Room. You just have to. The question is how do you not get killed by Brute Bonnet? So you got to imagine Terra's coming out of Cresselia here. Um, Terra Ghosts, Rage Powders, Hydro Steam just one shots. Wow, and that Moonblast is very little. So good. Good easy strong opening from Aardvark. Flamethrower eats the protect. Psychic doesn't do much either. This Cresselia's not doing a lot of damage. Pulls off the cheeky ally switch to protect the Scizor from the flamethrower. Urshifu comes in to eat the spore. That's tough. That's tough. Breaking swipe, just really gonna start crippling him while he eats the sleep turns. Um, Lunar Blessing. Oh wow, I'm surprised that didn't kill. The Lunar Blessing really came in clutch there because otherwise that Urshifu would be dead. Good wake up. You got to be careful. Also, just for the record, like it's a walking wake, so you know that he's probably not surging striking it. But you got to be careful protecting into an Urshifu because Unseen Fist means he can just hit right through it. Um, but correct read that he's probably going to go for the Brute on it. Probably could have attacked with it though. For being honest, like this thing's Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast. I would say it's not going to kill because it didn't do that much before. It was a healthy chunk. Oh, the Bullet Punch gets him. Nice. Sacred Sword into the bug. So this is tough. It's oh, here comes Moltres to ruin the day. Actually, I was gonna say that was a tough position if it was just the Zacian, but it wasn't. There was a Moltres in the back. So it looks like the Venerable Vault Vaporizers uh, take their week 1 game. So yeah, nice 1-0 for the Aardvark there. Good games. All right, so next we have the San Juan Sphinxes versus the Grandview Grand Bulls. Um, the San Juan Sphinxes, number 1 overall pick, Terapagos, which I think is the best restricted in Regulation G. Not necessarily the most powerful, but like the easiest to just slot onto any team. You don't have to really build around it because its build is it just like the normal Calm Mind, leftovers, uh, Star Storm set is really difficult to deal with because of his ability, that the multi scale like ability. So yeah, but then over here you've got Necrozma Duskmane, just an absolute classic. Some VGC staples in Landorus, Therian, Heatran, and then you've also got freaking Dragonite who can do a lot of damage. Sylveon also was a VGC E staple for a bit with Terra Ground. Although you got to imagine here it's probably something more like Terra Dark or Terra Fighting. Probably not Terra Fighting. All right, let's get into it. So we got Sableye, Golden Goat, double Ghost Lead, in a Dragonite Heatran. Um, this looks to start off like it favors Screwy Drew, the Grandview Grambles. Um, this Heatran immediately threatens this Golden Go, but you've got Sableye prankster stuff, so you never know what's going to happen. Light Screen, Tailwind, Heat Wave, pretty standard. Misses the Sableye, but that wasn't what he really wanted to hit anyway. Extreme speeds into a ghost type. That's a bit rough. Wisp misses. This is kind of a clown fiesta so far. Um, the Earth power doesn't kill. That's rough. I wonder if that's an AV. I wonder if that's an AV Golden Go. Um, Heat Wave does very little to. Does very little to this. Wow, eats the Ice Beam. Foul Play finishes off the Heatran. The strategic switching has been very useful for Flaccid Panda. Sets up the Reflect. Dragon Claw murders that Dragonite, but it was dead anyway. The Pixelated Hyper Voice knocks them both out. Throat Spray, that's fun. But now that's the thing is now everyone's softened up, and here comes the creator. And I don't know if Sylveon has the juice to take it down. Um, imprisons So I know what this is. Um, so this Landorus Therian has Calm Mind. I know this because I talked uh, with Screwy Drew before this game, and this Landorus has Calm Mind. So the imprison is to stop Terapagos from Calm Minding. The problem is that he just attacked because he was ahead and just needed to start spamming Starstorm. Knew that Sylveon and Landorus together didn't have the juice to take him down because this thing is absurdly defensive. So game one goes to Flaccid Panda. Only one Pokemon living, but it's the big one. So yeah, the strategy of just beat down the offensive threats first, and then pull out the Terapagos worked out in this game, and see if it pulls it off again in game two. So this time leads Landorus Therian. Double intimidate lead. That's fun. Probo passes there to trap, presumably to trap this Golden Ghost, so it's not going anywhere. He's probably pretty lucky that he didn't Shadow Ball this thing. It might have died. Thunderbolt. Oh, I remember when this happened. When the Thunderbolt hit that Gyarados and it only did 33%. I think I almost literally did a spit take the first time I saw that. Because like that means because Gyarados always dies to the stray Thunderbolt, and I know that Probopass isn't he's not Kyurem White or anything, but that's nuts. So like you gotta think that like that's obviously an Assault Vest Gyarados, which is an insane thing to bring, and all the power to Carter for doing it, because that's wild. Okay, so now we know that Shadow Ball would not have killed earlier, so not a luck sack. Unfortunately, Thunderbolts into the Garchomp, it was a switch, it was a good switch. Uh, Another good switch for a nice little immunity there. That Stomping Tantrum did so much. This Necrozma Duskmane is already crippled. That did very little. Now it just spams the Icy Wind, and you gotta think that this thing's just dead. Whoa, wait, what? Okay, so is this a speed tie 169? I gotta feel like it's a speed tie. So obviously this thing was covert cloaked because it. Or sorry, no, it had a clear amulet. Sorry, this thing has got a clear amulet, so the Icy Wind wasn't lowering its speed. And yeah, the Baron was faster before. So yeah, I guess this is a speed tie. Um, Wild. So I was gonna say like you gotta imagine this thing is just dead, but I mean it is, but it got another hit off. Having a hard time taking down this Dragonite, although this thing has Dragon Claw, I believe it used it in the last match. Here comes Terapagos. I don't think Dragonite's gonna be able to pull off this 1v2. Even if, like he kills Garchomp here, and then you get Starstormed for 63. Yeah, doesn't even need a Terra because you're doing a single target. Yeah, so the the guys, the Golden Go Garchomp combo especially, were really able to soften up, um, the Grand Bulls team, so that Terapagos could come in for easy cleanup. So yeah, commanding 1-0 start to Flaccid Panda. Well done. Next, we have the Palatine Permafrost versus Rhydon D's Nuts. Last season, uh, both both these teams were in my division, and this year both these teams are in my division, and they have a story they have a storied rivalry. So I'm excited to see how this happens. So Scout Flower here, the Palatine Permafrost have a nice couple combos here. You've obviously got the Nine Tails with Aurora Veil to help this Kyurem on both defensive sides. Um, you've got Thwacky setting Grassy Surge with the Unburdened Sneasler. You got to imagine it's Unburdened Sneasler. It doesn't have to be. um, but it can be. Uh, then you've got Haunch Crow, which has Tailwind, but can also do like wacky offensive things at times. It's stronger than you might think. And Armor Rouge is just a VGC classic. He's a big beefy boy who does a lot of damage. And then on this side, the right on these nuts, Coach Brantley uh, has the guy, the scary Calyrex Shadow Rider, um, fast, strong, Grimnay boosts him, and then you can help protect him with Grimmsnarl, fake out, intimidate, Hitmontop, um, and then you've also got this fun neutralizing gas slaking combo that removes his truant, so you can just yeet some choice bands. What I'm noticing here, though, is a distinct lack of speed control. So you're gonna have to keep an eye on that in this match, probably. There's Sneasler and Thwacky, two possible fake out users. This thing is in trouble because it can get close combated by either of these things. However, gets fake out on the Curum, knocks off the leftovers. Shelter, which is just iron defense but called something different. Yeah, pops that off. So actually, pretty good start for Rhydon here. You've got your guy that you're building up that can probably threaten this Curum right now with body press. The fake out potential from the Thwacky is gone because turn one's out. So yeah, the question is, what does this Hitmontop do to protect this slow boy before he's able to get that body press off? That Earth Power does a lot. Holy cow! Um, Lives though. The U-turn happens. Brick break. Okay. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you should have done it into the doubled into the Curum. But I also understand why you didn't. If it protects, you're just kind of hosed there. Whoa! Reveals the bullet punch, but Scout Flower sniffed that out. Uh, or sniffed something was amiss. Switches the Curum out. And now has that information that he has the bullet punch in the back to deal with the Curum. That's pretty wild. You know it's coming here, so does he protect? No, he just sacks it. Uh, doesn't bullet punch, actually. Oh, wait. My B. I thought that was a whole turn. I forgot that was a U-turn. U-turned into the Curum. So he didn't know the Draco meteor was coming. So that's just an unfortunate circumstance there. Gets the fake out off. The brick break not enough to take it down. This thing is bulky as heck. So you've got the Grimmsnarl here. The thing is that there's now very little offensive pressure. Yeah, there's very little offensive pressure from these two guys, and there's a lot of offensive pressure from these two guys, and now you know he's going to be brick break spamming, so you can't even do the screen setup you wanted. Um, ooh, switching into the dark type to not get thunder waved. Well, now he is going to get thunder waved. Nice dodge on the bullet punch. Oh, he did not. I guess he was. Huh. Well, now you. Okay, so now you've got. Um. Oh, also this thing has not unburdened and poison touch. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. So now here comes in Princess Bonnie. Can he clean up? The Kyurem is dead, but there's a Haunch Crow in the back. So this is gonna be tough. That was a good tear. That Grassy Glide did a lot. This thing is oh, it's too fast. Why is it so fast? Is he scarfed? He was spamming Brick Break earlier. He's got the U-turn. Hang on. I'm putting it together. I think this thing is scarfed. I just there were probably hints earlier, but Sneasler's just one of those guys who's just really fast naturally. So it's not always obvious to me when something like this is scarfed because it's fast. But I was like pretty sure that Calyrex was faster, and it is. So yeah, Anyway, game one goes to Scout Flower, so let's check game two. Got Sneeze. Okay, so this time you're doing the neutralize. This is interesting a little bit. So you've got the neutralizing gas, removing the truant. So that's fun. So this thing is gonna can probably knock either of these guys out. Not probably. They're both actually defensively somewhat weak. So yeah, this guy can definitely double double edge kill either of these guys. But he is slow. Oh, is he? Wow, he's faster than Kyurem, but he's definitely not faster than this thing. And this thing can close combat him to the Stone Age. So let's see what happens here. Gets you. Okay, so the U turn. Oh right. Also, he doesn't have close combat. We know he has Brick Break. That's his fighting move. So I don't think Brick Break would have killed. Um, Misses the play rough. That's unfortunate. I think he should have just gone for like a double edge. That is a really unfortunate miss, though. It probably would have killed him. Um, but oh well. Also, I couldn't help but notice that the Calyrex Shadow's Unnerve still worked with the neutralizing gas, which is kind of weird. Does that mean that he has like ability shield or something on this guy? I wonder. Wide guard beats the Astral Barrage. That's rough. The explosion into the wide. Oh, it's so sad. You hate to see it. Not a bad like not knowing that this thing's gonna wide guard that turn because he didn't use it in the previous one. I mean, you can know that Armorers has wide guard and that's something you can do. But I don't know. I don't blame Brantley for that play. He just got owned. Happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us. Um, so yeah, you Thunder Wave it. So hopefully you can paralyze it and stop having that. Oof. That Terra Blast didn't do very much, unfortunately. I guess you had Covert Cloak. So I guess he's just immune to neutralizing gas. Um, yeah. So unfortunately, not gonna be able to like kill this thing before you get Grassy Glowed. Um, Good time to. Oh wait, Terra blasted into this guy. I'm not sure about that. That was maybe the time for. I mean, you didn't know he was gonna get paralyzed, so maybe it wasn't the time for Astral Barrage specifically. Oh, nice Terra Dark to block the prankster move. Yeah, and then you get the Dire Claw off, and now you just have a Grim Snarl. He can't. He unfortunately can't kill anything, so that's gonna be it. Um, Clean. Wow, that didn't kill. Nice clean 4-0 there from Scout Flower. Gonna start 1-0. Um, Last year's division leader, starting off strong. Um, yeah, I I like Brantley's team. I think bringing Grimmsnarl and Weezing, not necessarily on the same team, but in the same match when neither of them have any offensive capability, was a little tough with a team against a team that has this much offensive capability. But this Calyrex is spooky, so I suspect Bran will pick up some wins in no time flat. All right, next we have the Ledian's Lucky Lads versus the Tangletown Tatsugiri. Ledian's Lucky Lads had a tough low tier heroes season, looking for a redemption arc after the Super Bowl hangover, and then we've got uh, the Tangletown Tatsugiri are a new team, like actually just new to the league. Um, so yeah, I don't know this person. I'm not sure what their skills are or aren't. So I'm excited to see. He's got the big man Incineroar, Ogre Pond Water, Chien Pao. Got some really good picks there. Those are all quite strong mons. Even though Chien Pao is a little on the frail side, he's really fast. And you like him into that Dragapult. We got a Ho-Oh here, who's a nice bulwark against all these aggro fire types. Um, yeah, does look like he can hold the line against a lot of Valden's team here, but that Ogre in Sun looks really scary. And Dragapult is a fast guy, and you don't know what he's gonna do. So let's see what happens here. So you got Slitherwing Dragapult. You know, Incineroar comes out. The Slitherwing is hindered, and I guess if this Dragapult is physical, then it's also hindered. But I don't think it's physical. He's got enough physical threats on this team already. So you either think that this is like specs or more than likely some type of support thing for this. He might try to Wisp Ogerpon on this turn. So let's see. Sets up Reflect. So that's but unfortunately the Ivy Cudgel crits, which has a high chance to do. So the Reflect not as useful, but he lives, and he's able to deal some damage. Still feel like Valden's kind of lost that opener, um, though though the getting the reflect up is useful and allowed him to survive that knockoff. Um, so we'll see what happens there. Also reveals the Yachi Berry, meaning that Chiampao's like you're not gonna be able to ice shard this guy to death in one turn. Dragon Pulse comes out into that. Yeah, I mean so far Bart Seabass here is doing all the right moves, putting himself in a good position to endure the sun. Terra fires to block the ice. Wisp misses. That's tough. That's tough. The heat wave deals a lot, even though it's only neutral. Pulls off the rain dance. Smart, smart. Sucker punch does nothing. Gets wisp. So Ivy Cudgel does kill the Slitherwing, but we've got some momentum now for. We got some momentum coming back for Valdens there. Now you get to get the Groudon back in for free. This thing's burned. He has to switch the Chienpao. Wow, a lot of switch in there. And then switches into the Chlorophyll Executor, which walls this, but kind of scary that the Incineroar is probably just gonna like blitz it here. U-turns, doesn't kill. Um, Here comes Wheezing. Incineroar probably coming back. Yeah, because you can get a fake out. Nope, just gets Dragon Pulsed. Sludge Bomb doesn't kill. That's tough. You gotta imagine he had like Strange Steam or something. Probably would have worked better. Terra Flying to presumably not get Precipice Bladed here. I would have Terra'd the Chiempao personally. I think that's more what you want to keep alive. I mean, I don't know what its Terra type is, but that's the thing you want to keep alive more than the Wheezing, I would imagine. So yeah, Valdens hangs in there through strategic switching. He was able to come back from a tough opener. Brother did not bring out his Ho-Oh, which is unfortunate. I think that would have been a better call instead of the Wheezing, but hopefully brings it out in game 2 because I want to see what that thing can do, especially in the sun. So this time we got Groudon Hearthflame coming out, just starting with the nuts on the table. But both these physical attackers do get intimidated immediately. Smart U-turn there, pulls out the Executor. Just really unafraid of putting this Executor in front of Incineroar here. Puts him to sleep. Reflect goes up, but that's not going to save you from this Ivy Cudgel. The Chlorophyll Sleep Powder guy. Whoa, and he has Brick Break. No mercy. So even through Reflect, I bet that Ivy Cudgel still killed that Uxie. Yeah, it's tough because you know that Bart Seabass there is thinking like you got the two guys asleep there, and you're like I can't switch because he's just gonna sleep powder again. And so like you hoping you outlast the sun, but the Groudon's been sitting in the back the whole time, so he's just getting worked over a little bit here. Save the Executor by pulling it into the back and then popping it right back out the moment. Oh, oh, tough. I think okay, so he didn't know that the Executor was coming back in, but could have guessed it. Probably should have yawned into that side because what you absolutely don't want is this thing coming back out and fast sleep powdering again. Uh, Crits the ogre pawn. That's tough. I don't think that was gonna. There. I don't think that solar beam kills ogre pawn. Um, normally, the rock slide does not kill. This thing's so freaking tanky. Got worked over by Executor there. It's unfortunate, but yeah, Valdens had the setup, was really good at protecting his guys there. Just real clean victory on that one. So yeah, Valdens starts the season 1-0. All right, next we have the Balanleia Barbies versus the Terapagos Tween Stars. The Terapagos Tween Stars are, I believe, last season's champ. Yeah. Because I think Eric was. Well, now I feel bad. I don't. He was a finalist. I forget if once a Peps or Double Rock Slide won, but I believe it was Double Rock Slide who won the championship last season. But either way, really tough, storied competitor, and his team is quite frightening with this Solgaleo, bulky ass Suicune, Infernape, whose move pool is way deeper than you might think. Um, Ogerpon, we've seen so many good Ogerpons so far, and this one has sturdy, so he's cooking his own sauce there. Regieleki is a guy that I don't really like in doubles. I mean he's one of my just favorite mons aesthetically, and he's really fun in singles, but not a huge not a huge fan of what he does in doubles just because his move pool is somewhat limited. But seems good into all these water types, huh? So what's kind of cool about Raigio's team, the Valenleia Barbies, is you've got this kind of slow Calyrex Ice, but he can set his own Trick Room, and then against all these fast guys, that can be really scary. But he's also got um, different. He's also got forward speed control with the Pelipper, Basque Legion. Now the Basque Legion could be adaptability, but they're very often Swift Swim for this very reason. Um, but then the Pelipper can also potentially set Tailwind. You've got Clefairy with all its support moves, and you've got Serena here who can block Infernape Fake Outs with Queenly Majesty. Um, Arcanine makes sense, but it's a tough bring into a team like this when you know that this Ogerpon's coming, when you know that this Landorus is coming, when you can be pretty sure that this Suicune's coming. So anyway, let's see how it goes. So we got Pelipper, Basque Legion, so just starting immediately with that swift swim. Fakes out the Pelipper, which has Rocky Helmet. Basque Legion Hydro Pumps, misses, tough. Horn Leech does not kill, but that's presumably why he misses two Hydro Pumps in a row, tough, and then Thunder Punch just will knock out the Pelipper, and then yeah, tough. Regio tried for a strong opener, missed two Hydro Pumps. That's the way it goes sometimes, and now, yeah, so now this Calyrex can't Terra, so it's just, you gotta imagine it's just getting cudgeled here. Yeah. And burned, tough. Yeah, this one looks pretty over. Like, this Glacial Lance isn't gonna do anything. Yeah. Oof, double oof. That Flare Blitz probably wouldn't have done too much in the rain, though. High horsepower kills the Infernape. You get the Chilling Neigh going, but it's too late. Yeah. Terra Rock to resist that instead of having it be neutral, but it's the rain either way, so yeah. They just annihilated that Lando. It was a good game one from Double Rock Slide there. Didn't even have to reveal that last Mon. Uh, but yeah, endured the Trick Room, but just had, yeah, those missed Hydro Pumps just kind of it was over after that. Oop, there we go. And uh, in the middle of that cut, I also went back and saw that, yes, Double Rock Slide did, in fact, win the last season. Uh, Sorry for doubting you, buddy. Okay, let's get into game two. So, does the same leads on both sides, just expecting this time I won't miss my Hydro Pumps, right? Uh, does, hits the breaks the sturdy, takes a lot of knockoff damage, but is still alive. Knocks off the specs. Ivy Cudgel kills Serena in one freaking hit. My God. Spiky Shield's there, blocks the flip turn, does the damage, and now the knockoff's gonna kill it. Nice. Well, wow, that thing sashed too. Just a real jerk lead there from Double Rock Slide, but that was a clutch Spiky Shield. Good protect there. Wow, really good protect there. Uh, Eats the double hit, kills Infernape. Now what happens though? Terrifier? Terrifier's tough when you know an Ivy Cudgel might be coming, but thankfully the Ivy Cudgel went into the other guy, so you get the Trick Room now, and see if you can claw your way back. It's tough to get through that Terra Water though. Sets the Trick Room back, no mercy. Ivy Cudgel doesn't kill there, wow, but the Psychic Fangs will. So Double Rock Slide wins, 2-0, or 3-0 there. Oh, I guess when I said 2-0, I meant 2 games. And then when I said 3-0, I meant 3 Pokemon. Kind of mixed my signals there. Anyway, starts the season with a win. Will anyone be able to stop him this time? I guess we'll find out. Um, so next we have the Wet Ash Blissies versus the Leshy Lechonk. Halle Berry's Wet Ash Blissies really performed higher than anyone expected out of a first-time player uh, last season. So really excited to see what she brings. This time she's got the Necrozma Dawn Wings, the Enamorous Incarnate, which is the fast, hard hitter. Illumise, a prankster Tailwind user that I am assured is very good and deserves to be in the tier it's in. So I'm excited to see that play out. And then, of course, you've got Mimikyu with all the little tricks it can bring. And then, it's always nice to have an Arcanine on your team. Meanwhile, Ryo TF, the Leshy Lechonk, last in the low tier heroes season, had a rough go of things with a ice team. So this time, a lot more balanced of a team, less reliant on that gimmick. Less reliant, not reliant at all. This is a whole new thing with the internet's favorite Reshiram, and you've got Tornadus, probably the best prankster user in VGC. I have an argument that Whimsicott maybe is better, but Tornadus is quite good. Prankster Tailwind, Bleakwind Storm, Taunt, Thunderwave, just all kinds of nasty stuff. Raging Bolt, really good with the Thunderclap, and just general bulkiness, good typing. And you've got Mienshao here, faking out and stuff. So let's get into it. So we've got Iron Bundle. Oof. Okay, so you can see the like Prankster Tailwind duology here, so like you can assume that both of these are going to go up, making each other moot. So then you're just left with fastest guy on the field here being Iron frickin' Bundle, who is a bundle of power who can hit both of these guys super effectively. So I got to imagine lead advantage goes to Halle Berry here. Prankster Sunny Days instead of the Tailwind. Prankster Fake Tears instead of the Tailwind. The Terra Ground beats the Thunderclap and the Freeze Dry knocks it out. That's wild. Probably didn't need to do the Fake Tears then. Probably could have Tailwinded. Fake Tearsing that Reshiram though. That's really good. So the Icy Wind. The Icy Wind gets him. The Draco Meteor takes him down. Yeah, Dragonfire. Interesting typing for an Iron Bundle to have to deal with. Because Iron Bundle is really strong, but it really only has water and ice moves. And Reshiram's typing kind of helps neutralize some of those weaknesses. Set up the Tailwind, set up the Swords Dance. Here comes Great Tusk. Thunder. You get to Thunderwave that guy, so he's no longer prankstring faster than your own guy. The Earthquake doesn't do much to Dawn Slings and only breaks the disguise, so the Play Rough will take that down. Bleak Wind Storm misses the Mimikyu. That could be big if another paralysis comes. But here comes Soul in the Sun with Turbo Blaze. Thunderwave misses. That's tough. Play Rough also misses. That's also pretty tough. And the Heat Wave kills them both. I think that Play Rough probably would have killed. Yeah, that thing that because this Mimikyu was playing rough. Yeah, that's a tough beat. Because without that, then you've just got Tornadus into Necrozma Dawnwings and a Swords Danced Mimikyu. You gotta think Hallie would have taken it there. But uh, Reshiram holds firm, dodges the moves like Trinity in the Matrix. Um, no, does Trinity dodge the bullets or was it Neo who did it? Man, I haven't watched the first Matrix in a while. I know they're both on that roof scene. Doesn't matter. Point is, game one goes to Rai. Let's see. Game two. Dang it. I did it again. Game two, or rather, game one. Looks like I showed game two first. Um, but let's not worry about that. Let's just see. So it looks like same lead from Hallie the first time. Yeah, same lead as the previous match we watched. Technically, this is game one, so that last one was the repeat. But still, seems like a strong opener. You've got the booster energy on the bundle to make it faster than basically anything. Like this, I think it makes it so that like if you don't tailwind with this is probably still faster than some stuff. I don't know if it's faster than this Tusk. Probably not. Um, yeah, no, it's not. The Rock Slide, not enough to kill, but it is enough to flinch. Tough. But now the Tailwind lets you come back. That Icy Wind knocking him into Sash is really wild. Iron Bundle's so strong. Bleak Wind Storm misses, so a little bit of luck on that side at last. Um, Freeze Dry will finish off the Tusk and Superpower. Okay, so she's running the contrary. She's running the contrary superpower boosting physical Enamorous, which is fun. So you get the Sunny Day. So this Heat Wave is going to deal a squillion damage. See, this is a fun setup, but I would have really liked to have seen just this thing getting moon blasted to the sun. Like if you just had like a Specs Enamorous there, just just moon blasting or dazzling gleaming, you probably would have won that one. Um, so yeah, game one, Rai takes handily. This Reshiram in the sun is very scary. Um, game two, I will admit, Hallie got a little robbed on that one. But Rai bulldozes his way to 1-0. A good start to the season for him so far. I wish him the best of luck. All right. Next, we have MFS Giant, the Vancouver Villains, versus the Trubbish Goblins, uh, coached by Karate. So here on MFS Giant, we've got this big scary Miraidon, and Iron Valiant to boost off of it. Now, Karate here has Jugulus to also take advantage of it, so it's not a one-sided advantage there. You got Baby Incineroar. Corviknight's always irritating to deal with. The Sinistcha, really good in VGC. It heals its ally as it comes in, and Machagacha is a spread burn move, and it's a ghost type, and ghost types are good. And then you've even got a second Intimidator here, possibly with Scrafty. And then on this side, you've got Long Boy. Rayquaza, Powerhouse. Is it faster than Miraidon? Probably not. Miraidon's a bike, yeah. So uh, legendary wise, bit of a disadvantage for karate here, but I love Miss Magius's matchup into this team. I really like Swampert's matchup into this team if you can get around the Matcha Gotcha, and Registeel makes for a good pivot around some of these guys. So let's get into it. So you've got Miraidon, Torracat, strong lead. Rayquaza, Swampert, also strong lead. Let's see would have liked to have seen this Swampert rocking a clear amulet. Because if it did, then these things are just both immediately in danger of getting earthquaked, and you'll probably have to force a Terra on the Miraidon. As it stands now, this earthquake isn't going to kill either of them. Probably this thing is likely packing Eviolite. Gets faked out anyway. Draco Meteor, fast Miraidon kills him. Restores with the White Herb. Whew, this is tough. So yeah, your Swampert is -1. Your Rayquaza is dead, and the opponent has not taken a scratch. So you gotta hope that this speed boosted Placidusax here is gonna be able to pull something impressive out. Can you one shot this Miraidon? We're not gonna find out because he flees. Terra Fairy eats the Dragon Pulse, gets parting shotted. Oh, that's a tough turn. That Corviknight pivot was really good. Flip turns out. That's smart. Now you have the Registeel. The Iron Valiant's gonna, yeah, I was gonna that or Focus Blast. Not enough to kill. Registeel strong. The Air Slash murders him even after the parting shot. Iron Valiant's very frail. You get the Iron Defense. Clear Body's funny, but I think you're gonna not die this turn because of the flinch. You can see this turning around. That Heavy Slam didn't do very much. Um, you turns out the Heat Wave doesn't do very much. That Registeel you can tell is especially defensive, and Torracat's offenses aren't that great, especially on the special side. So you wide guard to beat the Heat Wave. That's cool. So what happens now? You body press the Torracat. It's dead. Miraidon. Here's the thing. Miraidon's still there. Yeah. So that overheat also with the White Herb is funny. Um, that Brave Bird did nothing. That Earthquake did not. Wow, that doesn't one shot Miraidon. That's tough. That's tough. Swampert, is he washed? The Dragon Pulse doesn't kill because of that Terra Electric. The Flash Cannon doesn't kill either, but wow. This Miraidon is really sticking around longer than I thought it was going to. Finally, it goes down. Placidusax finally corners it, but now he's alone. Against this Corviknight, though, the Dragon Pulse doesn't kill. No. Oh, that sucks. I really thought he was gonna pull it out there with the Placidusax run back. I'm wondering if Air Slash was the play there. It's Stab because Placidusax isn't Iron Jugulus isn't Dragon type like Hydreigon. It's Flying type instead. So I wonder if Air Slash killed there. He still resists it, just like he resists Dragon Pulse, but since it's Stab, it's lower base power. But I'm not sure. Um, that's tough. So MFS Giant wins game one by the skin of his teeth. Um, so let's see game two. Yeah. So Miraidon just initially gets this kill. It's fast. Electro Drift kills a lot of things. It's a very strong move. Parting shot the Swampert. And it's also been intimidated. So this thing is crippled. So I imagine even if he does Earthquake this turn, that it's gonna do like 30 to this Miraidon, and then Sinistcha comes in, and he's not gonna take any crap either. It's a good flip turn. That's smart. Good. Get him out of there. All right, so Gothita has locked this Miraidon in, so it's not escaping. It's not dragon type anymore, so we'll see if Placidusax here can do the deed. Air Slash doesn't kill. That's so tough. An Electro Drift does. Dead as a doornail. Skill swaps, gets a hospitality. A little too. It's too late. Maridon just leaves. Oh, because it doesn't have Shadow Tag anymore. Right. Now this has the Shadow Tag. You've actually kind of played yourself a little bit with that skill swap. I like the taking the hospitality, but giving him the Shadow Tag, so that and then the Maridon just switches out. That might have been a little bit of an own goal. I feel a little bad that I didn't. Nice wide guard against the Matcha Gotcha. That's good. I feel bad that I didn't at the start say how their last seasons went. They both did better than me. They were both higher up on the. I believe they were. I believe they were both in winners bracket last year. Um, yeah. Let's see. That earthquake's not going to do much. Like 25% against Iron Valiant isn't nothing, but it's not what you need when you're down this much. Rage Powder doesn't do much to the earthquake. Got fake. Yeah. Yeah, the support mons like these can often end up in this trap where like they get left and they've set up their stuff, and like now what's it supposed to do? It can't use Trick Room again. It can only protect every other turn. Skill swap um, isn't that? I mean, maybe could be useful here, maybe, but this is a special Iron Valiant, so you don't really want to take Intimidate, and I don't think you can take Quark Drive. I think that's one of the like. I don't think they let you do that. So yeah, now you're kind of just waiting around to die. Oh well. So that's a nice one in the win column there for MFS Giant. The Vancouver Villains, the Trubbish Goblins will have to continue fighting for the rest for this season. But that that Rayquaza is not done with this league yet. All right, next we have Phony Spade, the Lilac City Luckers, and Coach Z420, the Karamja Whippers. Here we've got a marquee weather war. We've got Koraidon set in the sun. We've got Kyogre set in the rain. Um, and yeah, I'm sorry. I believe both of these teams uh, were losers bracket participants like myself. I think our records were between me and all these guys were fairly similar last season. Please correct me. Please correct me if I'm wrong, fellas. And if I'm selling you short. But yeah. First of all, Tinkaton, love this guy. He's got a great move pool. He's got own tempo to block intimidate. Uh, he's got knockoff, encore. You can also do like stuff I like: swords dance, gigaton hammer, shenanigans with Terra flying. You can put uh, what's it called? You can put feint on it to help break protect. It's pretty cool. And then Chiyu, gouging fire, both really strong in the sun. I like assault vest Chiyu myself. I feel like it it's able to overcome a lot of its potential checks with an assault vest, especially like Kyogre, and this is the physical Baskia Legion. But hey, love Overquill, love Flygon, and you've even got Revival Blessing with the Palmot here if you want to bring back your Kyogre. Whimsicott also, just like I said, is possibly the best Prankster user in VGC. It has Prankster Encore, which Tornadus doesn't, um, but it is a bit less offensively gifted. Although its Moonblasts aren't anything to shrug off, especially if you have some special attack investment. So let's see how this goes. Um, it's an exciting matchup. It seems like it's going to be weather dependent. So Koraidon very very fast. So the slower Kyogre is gonna set the set the rain. You've got this Swift Swim Overquill that just self-destructed into the switch into the Ghost, killed both of them. Terra Normal. That is so sick. I love stuff like that. Like I mean, just you immediately knock out two guys for the price of one. Um, sure, you like let him set the sun back up, but like you've got Kyogre in the back, and he won't be able to set it again because this thing isn't going to be able to switch out. Um, so you're in real good shape thanks to that self destruct. Now that only works once because I'll be on the lookout for it next time. But really strong opener there from the Karamja Whippers. Yep, and here comes Kyogre. You've set it back up. They exchanged fake outs, but now you're gonna get Origin Pulsed or Water Spouted or whatever, what have you. Revival Blessings back the Overquill after the explosion, which is freaking awesome. Don't need it though, because here comes the Basque Legion in the rain. Swift Swim, Last Respects. That'll do it. Yep. Not even able to get the get the pity Kyogre kill because of the protect. Yeah, that I mean, you felt like that one was over as soon as the self destruct went off. That was just a real BDE move there from Coach Z. Well done. Takes game one. Let's watch game two. Galola and Tropius into Whimsicott. Um, so neither of them lead their weather guy after both leading it in the first one. So that's kind of funny. So here comes Koraidon to set the sun. You get a Tailwind there. Flamethrower in the sun. Nice prediction of sun there. Unfortunately, this bad boy appears to be AV. That or this Flygon has no special attack investment, which I doubt. Sash Whimsicott lives the air slash. The solar power hurts. Solar power hurts him, and now he's dead. Wow. I mean, I was gonna say it's Moonblast or nothing to shrug off, and Koraidon is quad weak to them. Um, you gotta think that a Terra there would have been life saving. Um, yeah, if you have a Terrifier, Koraidon there would have been useful. Okay, so here comes Terra Electric Golem to try and beat out this Kyogre. That Moonblast did a lot though. Oh, he explode! Wow, just exploders on both sides. Unfortunately, that was your last guy, and Coach Z still had some. So that was a fun way to surrender, I suppose, uh, and juice some stats. But like, you know what? All props to Phony Spade there for going out with a bang. Love it, love it, love it. And congrats to the Karamja Whippers for starting the season 1-0. All right, our last series. Uh, SPF BMM, the BC Beyond versus Once a Pep, the Once a Peps. Um, Interesting drafts we've got here. We've got Dialga v Giratina as our restricted offs. Um, you've got some really strong VGC mons here in Rillaboom and Tinglu and Volcarona. Oricorio smart to bring with Volcarona because it can copy the quiver dances and the fiery dances. Um, so yeah, and it's the electric one, so it's just some nice typing coverage, and then this come face support. So this is a really strong six. You can see any of these showing up in this matchup, which makes it tough for Once a Pep here. Now Once a Pep has some beef. You know, these two can set up all day long, but that doesn't matter to unaware Dondozo. Um, and then you've got Glamora, who's got really high special attack and is almost always sashed and sets up annoying ass toxic spikes. Indeedee helps helps you win a terrain. It's slower than Rillaboom, so it helps you win a terrain war. Is it? Yeah, actually, wait, huh? They have the same speed. That's kind of funny, actually. Um, you probably want speed on Rillaboom though, because it's an attacker, and you probably don't want speed on Indeedee because you maybe want to set up Trick Room with this Drift Blim, so you can sweep with this kind of with a relatively slow Giratina and a Garg. Garg is also fun, very hard to get through, especially if you do your tears right. So yeah, Once a Pep was a finalist in the was a finalist last year and won two. I think the two previous leagues before that. SPF BMM, also a former champion, um, made it I think relatively deep to the playoffs last year. And these two are brothers, so it's a nice brother on brother Cain and Abel fight. Let's see it. So we've got Volcarona, Oricorio lead. You gotta imagine like they're gonna do something Quiver Dance, probably Quiver Dance, and then like Revelation Dance into the Golden Boy here. But you gotta imagine it's sashed. So uh, although well, if you can't sash Glamora and the Drifblim, but the Drifblim can set Tailwind, and I believe it also can set Trick Room. So you don't some type of speed control is likely coming here. Minimize, I was wrong. It's doing something way crazier. So you're doing the Psychic Seed minimize the old muck strategy. So they're stacking Quiver Dances here, which is scary. Um, Revelation Dance misses. The minimize coming in. Continues to minimize. The Psychic does very little, but still scares him out. Um, right. Okay, so I remember this turn because he says it right here. He baton passes. He was meant to baton pass to the Dialga, but then switched and ended up having to baton pass to the back to the Volcarona. So a little bit of a misplay there. We'll see if it comes back to haunt him. Speaking of haunting, here comes the Ghost Dragon Giratina. That Heat Wave, wow, even with two special attack boosts, only did 19%. What a bulky man. Here comes Dondozo. Baton Pass. They both ran Baton Pass. Of course they did. So now you've got a 3x minimized special defensive Dondozo who's unaware of these Quiver Dances. Dragon Pulse from Man vs. Time did a lot. Did a lot to this. Dialga, quite strong. You got to think if the Quiver Dances had been passed, that thing would have died. Terrablast Fairy gets protected. The Thunderbolt misses through the 3x evasion. Here comes the curse setup. This is wild. This Dondozo's not giving a F. Grassy Surge beats out the Psychic Surge. And that's a nice touch. We'll see if a Grassy Glide can hit through the. So the Giga Drain hit. Terrablast hits, doesn't kill. U-turn will kill. Then Indeedee took a beating. Here comes Oricorio again, cursing one more time for good measure. This thing's just growing and growing. And these Quiver Dances don't matter to it because it's unaware. Yeah, I think BMM's gonna regret not bringing Wisp on this thing because I don't think it's Water Veil. I think it's unaware, and so it's not gonna care to eat this Revelation Dance. So now you baton pass into the Dialga. Um, Flame Body burns it. That's big. That's always the fear when you're fighting a Volcarona is that happening. Still kills it. I think the crit didn't matter. I'm pretty sure even burned with all these attack boosts, it still would have killed. Fake Out misses. Thunderbolt misses. This is such cheese. I I've Is this Dondozo? I can't remember. I actually can't remember now if this Dondozo pulls this out. So many curses. The Grassy Glide doesn't even do anything anymore. Yeah, like I mean, what's this Rillaboom gonna do now? That Grassy Glide, he's gonna have to with the Grassy Glide. Revelation Dance. Let's see how much that does. Oh no, we don't know. They both missed. Oh wow, the 1v4 from the Dondozo. I mean, it's not a 1v4 because it got all these like things passed to it from the Drift Blim. But wow, you know, and he's got Rest. That's hilarious. So now the burn's gone. Rest, and he's got the Chesto Berry. He did get the crit, but it's too little, too late. Unless he gets another one. He did not. Wow, Big Boy Dozo didn't even need Tatsugiri. I don't believe Once a Pep drafted Tatsugiri because it was a tier one. So you have just the Dozo, but he doesn't need no stinking Tatsugiri. He just needs 5 free curse turns and 3 evasions passed to him. What an absolutely hilarious game. I hope game two lives up to that. So let's see what we got here. Same lead, Oricorio and non-Iron Moth, and then over here we've got the Rock Boys. So let's see if Once a Pep can rock and roll here. Terra Fairy, Quiver Dance, yep, same as last time because you don't want to get power gemmed here and sent to the Stone Age. Safeguard beats the Mortal Spin and burns that. Really smart play there with the Safeguard, actually. So no one gets poisoned. Uh, Dynamite Tree gets burned. Good protect there. So now you get the Baton Pass you wanted, and you get the Quiver Dance onto the Dialga. Sludge Bomb will kill. I'm pretty sure that crit didn't matter. I know he has +1 special defense, but uh, Glamora has really high special attack. So I think that Sludge Bomb like would deal 58% on its own after +1 because it's stab super effective. But I'm not positive. So maybe a bit of luck there, maybe not. Ting Lu looks really good into these guys. That Terra Flying is pretty tough though. Dragon Pulse did a lot, but not enough. Um, yeah. Now, oh, Covert Cloak. I was gonna say yeah, the Salt Cure on the steel Dialga is tough, but didn't didn't get the Salt Cure, which means we have a Covert Cloak Dialga here, which is very smart, knowing that a Garganacle's on the other team. Um, Garg doing what it does best, sit around and protect. Eats the thunder, but it's eating a lot of things into that protect. Here comes Giratina. Spiky shielding up. Dragon Pulse. Okay. That that thing is that thing is beefy. That Citrus Berry maybe can help it, but it's still gonna probably die. It's gonna die to this next Dragon Pulse. Oh, it Flash Cannon's the that makes sense. It's a threat to your Oricorio more than the Dragon guy is at the moment. At Hex, dealing a bit, but not enough. The Dragon Pulse will finish it off. It's looking pretty good for BMM here. Here comes Dozo. It taking a lot from that Revelation Dance. Ooh, full paralysis. Tough, 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 tough. And then it dies to the body press. All right, so who's in the back? Is there? Oh, wait, it's Ting Lu. It's not Rillaboom. Actually, this isn't a great spot to be in if you're BMM. That not killing is also not great. The Ruination is helpful on the Garg, but it's gonna just Salt Cure your guy now. Oh no! And just like that, it turns around. Well, yeah, because he's got Recover. Yeah, I was gonna say without the Recover, maybe the Ting Lu pulls it out, but you can't now. Oh, Fissure, hell yeah! Roll them bones. Unfortunately, he's flying type, so that doesn't help. But man, wow, what a set! What a set! That's a good one to end on. Yeah. So some of the week two matches have already happened, but I'm gonna probably wait till next week to do those because they're not all done yet. But yeah, good win for Once a Pep. That was quite a wacky set. Even though it was a 2-0, they were all nail biters, and they were all matches that looked like BMM was going to win until suddenly Dondozo. Big fish coming in clutch. All right. Um, Good luck to everyone with their week 2 matches, unless you've already played them, in which case, good luck on your week 3 matches. And I'll probably do this again next week. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.